good at that point. Seriously. But on that particular one, and like I said the last time also when we were, so that same day, when we went to this, I actually took my time to tell people about the class of Steele. You know, I kept on reminding them, I kept on reminding them up to the very day when we were supposed to resume our class. I also sent the link to them, reminded them about the mission. I was disappointed as well because only one person showed up. So with all the time I took off, with all the effort I did, I was disappointed. So I'm happy that Dr. Steele actually brought up that topic that day. And since then, I've been doing very fine. And I am letting things happen at their appropriate time. So I think that has helped me a lot. I'm doing fine. Everything is going on well. So that is all I have to say for now.
Thank you very much, Zori, and really appreciate the way you shared, even the points that you shared and how you were disappointed and the way you still handle the whole situation is very impressive. Just keep it up, and your beauty and the glory and the nice stuff that is meant for you still lies ahead. You are better today than what has happened in the past. So you have to face the future with great excitement. Not just excitement alone, but with every strength you can muster from within. Because you are bigger than the future, and that's why the future is waiting for you. So don't get discouraged. Don't allow depression. You are bigger. You are stronger. You are more powerful. And I trust that the inner strength that you have on the inside, the world is going to benefit from it. So I congratulate you for that, and appreciate you for that. You are welcome, Your Excellency, Dr. Michael Steele. I'd like to hand over to you now, sir.
Thank you so very much. I want to welcome us to this evening's class of Steele Youth. If I could request, if you're in a position to do so, could you kindly turn your cameras on? Because we are live on YouTube, and we want for individuals to show up on the stream. If your cameras are turned off, you will not show up on the screen. And I would like for future classes that individuals are prepared and they show up on the broadcast. The first thing I want to do this evening is appreciate all of you. And it's specific this evening because it's been quite a while that the class of Steele Youth have been going on. And all of you have remained steadfast, faithful, committed. When we started the class of Steele, we had over 30 individuals. And we have dropped down to those who I'm very confident are going to be taking the vision of the class of Steele to the next level successfully. I'm very confident about that. If you would look, you will see that I shared a link inside of our chat for a group. I want you to click that link and join that group. All of you have seen that link that I've shared. Just click on that link and go to that group, because I will be deleting all other groups. I will not be posting in any other groups. All other groups that had individuals, I will be deleting those groups specifically. I personally am looking for 12 individuals. I'll tell you all the truth. Personally, when we started this, we were looking at 200 persons with the anticipation of at least getting 50 persons that would make it. And I know that throughout the year, we would end up with maybe about 15, 20 persons that are going to be my chosen people for controlling what I have intended and what we have intended for the whole of Africa. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you at this point is because we are going to have a youth conference online that is coming up very shortly. But I want to share some thoughts with you because it's very important. You who are here, as I have mentioned before, are going to be the speakers. How many of you remember that? Remember, wave at me, just you're the speakers, because I have already given you your subjects and the content that you're going to speak on. And I want to talk to you about some very important things, all of you, this evening. And this evening's class is actually public. The reason why this evening's class is public is because I want for the world to know who you are and where you are going, and also what do you want to accomplish. Everybody is going somewhere on a journey trying to accomplish something. And the question I want to ask you is, what do you want to accomplish for your region? With that being said, I'm going to first acknowledge our president for the class of Steele Youth in the person of His Excellency Architect Olusegun Olukoya, who's responsible for our youth, and he's based in Nigeria. I also want to identify the person of Her Excellency Doreen Burunji, and Her Excellency Doreen Burunji is the COO for the class of Steele, the bigger class of Steele, adult section, and also for making sure that the youth section is also managed professionally as well. I also want to acknowledge the person of Her Excellency Bishop Dr. Comfort Adu, who is based in Ghana. Bishop Comfort is responsible for the youth arm in West Africa, Ghana, and the West African region. Representing Botswana is Ujavanga Kavajeri, and he is out of Botswana, and he was introduced to the class of Steele by Grandmaster Shuangsheng, and he is going to be responsible for Botswana along with our head of security in the person of Shuangsheng out of Botswana. Equally, we're going to be, and Sori Bangura, sorry, I didn't want to miss him. Sori Bangura is responsible for the differently abled community in Sierra Leone, but also in Africa region as well. Sori Bangura is our ambassador for the physically challenged individuals and communities. This evening is very special to me personally because I'll be very upfront and transparent with you. How many of you know that to find 10 youth that have the same vision and the same purpose, it's a challenge. The reason why it is a challenge is because everybody has their own agenda and what they want to accomplish. And quietly, we've mentored you. We've mentored you with a number of the key things we want that you have as attributes for success. And a number of you have testified of the success you've reached or gained from the class of Steele. This evening is your time to briefly share what you have learned with our shareholders, our partners, and our associates publicly. Who are our shareholders, partners, and associates? Our shareholders, partners, and associates are a number of organizations and individuals closely affiliated with me personally and my wife and what we do globally around the world. If you Google me, if you look me up and you search a little bit about me, you will get to know who some of those persons are because you would see them represented both in our business and in our philanthropic works that we do. And they've been watching you. They've been looking at you They've been saying to me, okay, Michael, let's see what will happen in 1 year's time. Are you going to have individuals that you are able to bring to the table that are going to be faithful, committed, and dedicated? And I said to them, yes, I will. So they gave me a challenge. Set up the class of Steele Youth, and let's see if you can get us 12 youth out of Africa that you could say these individuals have the ability to take over Africa, to represent the class of Steele with integrity, to represent the class of Steele without wavering. Can you find such individuals? I think that I have. I know that today the Sierra Leone have the youth event, and that's why we don't have some of the others that are here. That's the only reason why they're not here with us today. But for you who are here, you guys have a very privileged opportunity, and that is you guys are the chosen few. And what does that mean? That means that I'm going to pour more into you, but I'm going to have a private group with you guys alone. Having a private group where I will be giving you guys a whole lot more resources, a whole lot more information, and also a whole lot more connections that I will be doing with you guys in the coming weeks leading up to your graduation to help you. So I'm going to challenge you. The class of Steele, we're going to challenge you. We're going to push you harder. The reason why I'm very confident pushing you is because I'm footing the bill. We're the ones, the class of Steele, the adult section, His Excellency Architect Olukoya, Her Excellency Ambassador Dorian, and Her Excellency Bishop Dr. Comfort Adu. We are footing the bill for you. This costs our time, our resources, our putting together of the classes that we've put together. It costs us, but we're investing in you. You have to show that you're investing in yourself. So, with that being said, I'm going to ask His Excellency Architect Olukoya, who is the president of the class of Steele Youth, first to give a summary of the class of Steele Youth and his vision and passion for Africa briefly. And then each of you that are here will have the opportunity to speak because you are the ones who will be speaking for the youth conference. And I will give you some points and tips on the way forward. First would be His Excellency Architect Olusogun. Please, Your Excellency, unmute yourself.
Good evening, Your Excellency, Dr. Michael Steele. I also want to recognize Her Excellency Jenny Steele. I want to recognize Ambassador Doreen, our COO. Also recognize Bishop Comfort, in charge of the West African region. I want to also recognize His Excellency Dr. Donald US, as well as Grandmaster. And I want to welcome every one of us in the class of Steele this evening that I've welcomed earlier. I thank His Excellency Dr. Michael Steele for challenging us all the time to bring out the best in us. And I want to thank you, sir, for the privilege of speaking to this evening, about the class of Steele, the impact on me, and also my vision. I was introduced to the class of Steele about a little over a year ago. And the funny thing is that we are actually not used to this level of being taxed, as it were. You know, one of the things that has helped me in the class of Steele is to go beyond the normal. You know, it's very easy to operate at your comfort zone, but not in the class of Steele. You are not allowed to operate in your comfort zone. And of course, he did not tell us directly, but it's something I came to discover later, that the comfort zone is for everybody. And somehow it helps, it enables us to celebrate mediocrity. People that excel, people that are top flyers don't operate at comfort zone. So we were challenged. And you know, I really want to appreciate Dr. Michael Steele because he kind of took a very big risk with many of us. You know, he did not consider the fact that what if Olukoya fails him? He did not consider that. He was willing to take the risk to give us the platform to express ourselves and of course to be built up. And if you are a true leader, you will not want to fail. And so when he gave me the opportunity and the platform, I consider it an honor that must not be abused. And so I went to all lengths to ensure that whatever I'm learning from the class of Steele, I implement them immediately. I don't wait, I implement them immediately. There are some decisions and steps that I took immediately after class. I don't wait till Monday, I don't wait till the next day. I start implementing immediately because there is the temptation of procrastination when you waste time. And I discovered that it's now affected positively the way I approach life, the way I approach my personal dealings, the way I handle my clients, the way I respond even to challenges that come up even in my profession and other areas where I am working. One of the things that kept coming over and over and over and over is the topic of integrity and the right character. There is hardly any class that Dr. Steele took that he doesn't emphasize, not just mention, character and integrity. And I got attracted to it because it is one of my own personal watchword, as something I got from my father and I saw in my dad. And when I now came to the class of Steele and Dr. Michael Steele emphasized more on it, I now knew that this is something I must pay serious attention to. And from that time, I have not relented in applying all those things that we learned, even in the class of Steele. Character, seriousness with your life, you know, being very hardworking, you know. Sometimes I ask if Dr. Michael Steele sleeps, you know, because maybe he takes a nap in the evening, but he's always working. And I said, I must match this level of seriousness. And, you know, I applied all of those things. I'm sharing all of this because it's part of the vision that I have, even for the class of Steele. You know, it's very common for people to say that many young people are very lazy, unserious, but I believe that we can change that narrative. I believe that we can carve a niche for ourselves as young people in the committee of things happening in the world. Within the time that I joined the class of Steele, I became the youngest national director of the Full Gospel Businessman Fellowship International in Nigeria. Within the time I joined the class of Steele, I became a council member of the Nigerian Institute of Architects, Nigeria, the national body. Within the time I joined the class of Steele, I was elected the Plateau State Chapter Chair of the Nigerian Institute of Architects. Within the time I joined the class of Steele, I became the chairman of the board of directors of Elino Pharma Nigeria Limited. If you Google that name, you will see the profile there. We won a contract with an Israeli company. I don't want to go into the details now, but we are the only company that won it and the first they are dealing with in the world to offer imaging solutions in Nigeria and to have the rights of exclusivity for that machine. And so I sit on the board and make decisions, very tough decisions, though very young, but still taking the lead. Because there's no way you join the class of Steele and you will not be in charge anywhere you are. As I'm sharing what I'm telling you, I'm also sharing what I desire for every young person in the class of Steele. That you shouldn't be less than what I am sharing. I am assuring each and every one of us that if we can stay on in the class of Steele, we can achieve this vision together. Now, if we can replicate what is happening in my life, in Port Harcourt, in Delta State, in Ghana, in Namibia, in Cote d'Ivoire, in different African countries, before you know it, members of the class of Steele youth will be among the top CEOs in Africa. I hope you are getting my vision. As I'm sharing, I'm just sharing my vision so that you can understand that we are not here to just waste our time or to play, but we are here to make a global impact. So we are not just raising people. People are not just being raised to become local champions, but to become people that can sit at world scene. As I'm speaking with you right now, more than 5 different companies and organizations are willing to do business with my company. And these are not mean organizations or companies. Now, if there are things that they must have seen that had attracted them and giving them the confidence that we can do business with this young man and his company. This is what I desire for every single one of us in the class of Steele. And this is what the class of Steele, Dr. Michael Steele, and the COO, Dr. Comfort, Grandmaster, and Donald US desire for every one of us in the class of Steele, including, of course, Jenny Steele, High Excellency. But you see, the thing is going to demand a lot of things from each and every one of us. And we must be willing to make the sacrifice. I know some of us will say, it's not all the time that you see me, you have not been seeing me much in the class of Steele youth. it is part of the schedules, but Dr. Michael Steele is aware of everything. There's nothing that he is not aware. Sometimes, he pities me. But I'm telling you that I'm so busy, but it was not the case before I joined the class of Steele. I had so much time that, sometimes people can tell you that, okay, please watch this thing for me while I go to work, so that you know how I was not busy before. But the paradigm has changed. And that is our desire for every single one of us. We can make it, we can become the best, not just lost in the crowd, but to stand out different. And that is part of what we desire for every one of us in the class of Steele, to stand out. I remember when His Excellency Dr. Michael Steele went to Dubai. Of course, because of Nigerian COVID, blah, 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 I couldn't make that trip. I was already at the airport, but they refused to allow me fly. I would have been in Dubai. He was not scheduled for some topics, but he was called that we need you to fill in this and this and this for us. And when he made his presentation, people didn't know that he was just called upon in the last minute to address global leaders. Those are part of the things that we want every one of us here to be prepared for. That people can find us, organization can find us capable of addressing global leaders. And that's part of what we are being prepared for in the class of Steele, particularly in the class of Steele Youth. So these are part of the things that I desire, that when we get to the end of the year 2022, because we still have a 100-year vision, but when we come to the end of the year 2022, we will be able to say X, Y, Z is how far we have gone when we are measuring success, achievements, and we are taking a stock among the world leaders. How many are class of Steele Youth? How many are affiliated with the class of Steele? Then we'll count that many of us here are among that number. These are part of the things that we desire. I would like to stop here for now and appreciate His Excellency Dr. Michael Steele. My name is Architect Olukoya. I'm the president of the youth arm of the class of Steele. Thank you, Your Excellency, for the opportunity.
Thank you so very much, Your Excellency, Architect Olusegun Olukoya. I appreciate you so much. And as he rightly said, when he started the class of Steele in the adult class, he was extremely challenged. One time when we have a live class, he will tell you his personal testimony or story. But the interesting thing is I told him in less than 6 months, you are going to be so busy, you will not have time for me. And he laughed. And so said, so accomplished. And I'm very proud of him. And equally all of you, I'm very proud of you. Pretty, I watch you. And I know where you're going with the women's organization. I see you. It is not as though I don't see all of you. And I'm very pleased with your progress and with what you're doing. And I want all of you, we want all of you to be successful. And that's why we're teaching you a whole number of different subjects, a whole number of different practices, a whole number of different behavioral protocols, because it gets a little bit more intense after today. After today, it gets a little bit more intense. But before I speak to you a little bit more, I want to ask Her Excellency Doreen Burunji, for the sake of the recording, she spoke earlier prior to the class starting, but Your Excellency Doreen Burunji, please state your desire for the youth of Africa and the nations. Please, Your Excellency Doreen Burunji, who is the COO of the class of Steele.
Good evening, Your Excellency, Dr. Bishop Michael Steele, First Lady, Her Excellency Jenny Steele, our President, Ambassador Architect Olukoya Olusegun, our representative of West African class of Steele extension, Her Excellency Bishop Dr. Comfort Adu, and all the youth in the class of Steele. My desire is for the youth of the class of Steele to know that they have been privileged that they have been privileged to be a part of the class of Steele at this stage of their lives. I just remember when I was still employed and I had a vision, I had a dream to start my own company. It was just a vision inside of me. I said, I will work for only this company, and after which I will go start my own business. But you probably are still employed, or you're still growing in your career, and you have a vision and you have a dream. This is a place whereby you will find inspiration to start. You will find people who have gone through what you intend to do that will be able to share their experiences with you so that they can help you start. This is a place where if you want to arrive to your destination in line with your timing, this is the place. But if you don't keep a good crowd with you, a good team with you or around you, you might delay to get to your destination. This is where positivity takes place. People who have positive impact or impartation, that they speak to your life and you get up and get to do it. I remember when I came to the class of Steele, and I said inside of my spirit, I said, wow, I need to get close to His Excellency, Dr. Michael Steele, inside of me. But I found people of great minds in the class of Steele, people with vast experience and experience in speech, experience in business, experience in political appointments, business people. And I'm like, but what is it that they are looking for in this class of Steele? And our mentor is such a small man. I said, I want to be next to Dr. Michael Steele. I need to know, I need to get better from where I am. I need someone like him to speak to me. Yes, I was heading a corporation, but I didn't have like someone who can talk to me and say, hey, what you're doing, you need to change. You need to look at this direction. You need to stop what you're doing. You need to improve. And to tell you the truth, my desires were answered. The Lord answered my desires. It is, I will get close. If it means to make time, it means for him to speak to me anyway. I say, okay, I need to be panel-beated and change for the better. And so as I was still in the class of Steele, I got a call and I was asked if I could be the COO of the class of Steele. I say, you're joking. Me to become a CEO. But already, even that desire was already in me to support the then COO of the class of Steele. I immediately said yes, because it had already been confirmed within my spirit that you can actually do it. And so I took up the role. I said, I don't care if I'm going to make mistakes, but no one is going to take this position away from me. I'm going to work so hard to ensure that I get better. Because I was no longer talking to Ugandans. No, I was no longer talking to Congolese, where I'm always. I was talking to Africa. I was talking from where I am. I'm not trying to get a diplomatic job in Uganda and to represent Uganda in another country. I had tried that for 3 years. I've been trying and trying. And guess what? I became an ambassador without trying so hard. I said, no, this is where God wants me to be. So I gave up. In fact, the foreign ministry told me, Doreen, you can apply. We can still take you for the next 3 years because you are not getting along with the ambassador. I said, I am not interested. Thank you so very much. I have a mentor, me, but develop others and around me. But with the Ugandan diplomatic appointment was just going to be me, just me and me. But the class of Steele gave me an opportunity I'm going to give other colleagues of my country to also be mentored by the same mentor that has transformed my life and my organization. What am I saying to you? You are in the right place. It's just not Dr. Michael Steele, but he has a whole team of people that are around him, that have been around him and his wife, that have been transformed, just like architect Olukoya has just confirmed to you. He's going higher in levels of life. So if you want to go beyond what people anticipate that you can be, this is the place. You'll surprise them. The truth is that people are going to be surprised by me. I'm just being baked, I'm being baked. I'm about to be taken out of the oven. And now I'm not even afraid. I'm not afraid to speak on media. I'm not afraid to be called and said, Doreen, can we have a business meeting on Zoom? I will look at them straight in the eye like this without fear or favor, because there has been practice at it. So thank you. I would like to stop here. There is too much for me to speak about the class of Steele. The other day I was talking to professors of Makerere University, and they said, excuse me, madam, okay, you're who? You're the MD of Beyond the Sky. I say, yeah. But we held a business meeting for close to 1 hour and a half. And these are professors teaching students, yeah, and they are listening to me and what I've got to say. If it wasn't because I joined the class of Steele, probably I would never have held that conversation. Maybe I would even hold the conversation with a lot of difficulty, but now it comes easily because I have been coming to the class of Steele. So once you are appointed to head any position in the class of Steele, don't be afraid. Just believe that you can do it, and you will learn. You will learn. We will be here to guide you and to push you. And before you know it, you will not only do it in the class of Steele, but you will do it in the country of your origin. So we want to see great leaders, both men and women, from wherever you are. Thank you so much, Dr. Michael Steele. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be the COO of the class of Steele.
Thank you so very much, Your Excellency Doreen Buruji. I listened to all of you, every one of you, and tears come in my heart of gratitude that I didn't give up, that I said, let me invest in these individuals. All of you are so amazing, every one of you. If you go to my LinkedIn post, there's a young man, Akil Ali, that is there on my LinkedIn. He's a pilot. And he flies commercial planes, and he's one of my sons from back in Barbados, and I'm so proud of the accomplishments that individuals who do not give up and do not see limits, they just push towards. And all of you in Africa, nobody's gonna limit you. Nobody is gonna have you as a gopher or a doormat. None of you. You are not designed to be the ones that are running the errands. You're designed to be the ones that are going to be empowering others to become leaders as well. Too many of our leaders are comfortable being the heads and everybody singing their praises. I don't want people to be singing my praises as a great mentor alone. This is what I want. I want you to be singing my praises as a mentor, yes, but I want you to be telling me what you're successful in. What has my mentoring done for you in your organization, in your business, in what you're doing in Africa and around the world? That's what I want to hear. I don't just want you to be a good student coming to the class of Steele and say he's a good mentor. I want you to be successful. Your Excellency, Bishop Dr. Comfort Adu is, I call her my mom, and she's one of the most amazing individuals in the class of Steele as a widower, and not only that, but with a passion for the youth as well, and for the adults of Africa and the development of Africa, both the economic side and the educational side as well. Bishop Dr. Comfort Adu, how has the class of Steele been for you, Your Excellency Bishop Comfort Adu? And what is your vision for the youth of Africa and the nations?
A pleasant evening, Your Excellency, and good evening to everyone, especially the President of the Class of Steele Youth, His Excellency Lukoya, the architect, and also the CEO of the Class of Steele, Ambassador Excellency Doreen. And most welcome our First Lady, who has always been at the back scene, but doing a whole lot for the Class of Steele. I salute you all. And I will say that you youth, you are very fortunate, let me put it this way. Because one thing one needs, as I grew up along the line in this age, that what one needs is somebody to groom you up. I'll always say this. If you are not groomed, you grow old, yes, but wherever they place you, you will not be able to function very well. That is why it is very good to get a mentor who can handle that job for you. We are looking at you people as the next generation, and we don't want the next generation to be like what we are seeing now or what was past. We want you to be a youth who have gotten positions and with a different character.
Yeah.
People we can trust, people we can look to and then feel relaxed and said, oh, we have gotten it there by his grace. And I'll also continue to tell that don't miss this opportunity. Even what you have reached, you have not gone far. There's a whole lot ahead of you. So I'll encourage you to even call your friends and tell them that, hey, now we are getting somewhere. Some of them have relaxed. Some of them are not coming on the class of Steele. They prefer watching it later. But when you are part of the game, that is where you feel how it is. That is how you enjoy it. We say that the sweetness of the pudding is in the eating. You don't wait for the class of Steele to be over before you go at the backside and then watch it. Here you can ask any questions. Here you can feel that you are seeing each one on one like a family. As I came to the class of Steele, at first I was so bitter and so remorse at so many things that happened in my life. Friends will call me, they will ask me to do things for them, but then I was not finding any satisfaction. But when I came to class of Steele, I found out that it's a family. More so when I met them at, some of them at Dubai, I saw that, yes, these are the sort of people I look to. And then when I saw them on the Zoom, they are just like what I saw them, and even more. So His Excellency has taken this upon himself to groom the youth class so that by the time they attain the height engage in some employment or being in some position, they will be able to discharge their duties with excellence. And later this morning, when I was driving with my assistant in Ghana, Reverend Forson, he has been so busy going up, and I said, hey, you know, I have been busy, but class was still also opened my eyes. I'm also being busy going around and round and round. And we were discussing about the plans we had for the youth in Ghana in 2020. We were thinking of taking them to in some places like the slave trade area, like the Woti Falls, like Kintampo Falls, and other places. And we're also thinking of creating an environment where we can meet and share ideas and prepare ourselves for the coming down of His Excellency Bishop Michael Steele. And we are also thinking that apart from this, there are other countries that are under me. Let me put it this way. I even started discussing with Sierra Leone, and I know I will continue to discuss with the others, that we will mob ourselves together, and then what we are doing in Ghana, we will emulate it in other parts of the country, so that we will have one voice and we can encourage and bring all the others on board. That even if they cannot have maybe a place where they cannot have access to their mobile phones, there will be an opportunity for them to view what is happening at the class estate and then grasp whatever is being taught. I believe our next generation in Africa, at least, will be a generation of a difference. The class is still, and the topics that are being treated, especially the one we showed about how you want to travel, how you want to do your business. The integrity part of the whole show is what beats my mind. And I believe that if you grasp everything that is being taught at the class of Steele, you will not be found wanting. The next generation will clap their hands for you, and they'll be glad that you have made their life very easy. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for allowing me to share this piece of mind. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much, Your Excellency, Bishop Dr. Comfort Adu. And I'm going to ask Suri Bangura, who is a representative for the differently abled community, and he's also going to be one of the speakers in our youth conference that is coming up, and it is online and it's free. There's no charge. I personally don't believe that if you're going to do something to empower the next generation who are already overwhelmed and finding it difficult to maintain costs for other things, I personally believe that ourselves, Architect Olusegun Olukoya, Ambassador Doreen, Bishop Comfort, and others in our team and our network, we want to create an environment where individuals could engage opportunities and it doesn't cost them that much. You know, the world says that anything that is free is not good. That's not true. Don't ever let somebody tell you that because it's free, it's not good. There are people all over the world who invest their time and their resources in giving the best to you for nothing. It's not that it's for nothing, it has cost us. It costs His Excellency Olukoya to work and to afford to do what he's doing as a humanitarian. It costs Her Excellency Ambassador Doreen and myself and Bishop Comfort. It costs us. But we want to create an environment where the next generation that we're preparing have an opportunity to be the best that they can be. And it doesn't cost them in an environment where it's a marginalized thing where only a few elite can be good enough. All of you in Africa and around the world deserve to be good enough. All of you. Suri Bangura, go ahead and share what the class of Steele has been like for you as a physically challenged young man and your passion for going forward and making a difference in your community. Sorry, Bangui, can you're hearing us? I see you unmuted. Go ahead. Okay, looks like we've lost his connection. Can I ask Ujavanga Kazaveri, who is responsible for Botswana as well and the youth there? Can you represent Botswana, and what has the class of Steele been for you? Ujavanga Kavazeri.
Good evening, everyone. Well, first of all, let me say I appreciate you, Dr. Steele, for this opportunity and for having us in this class. And all I can say is that since I've joined, I've really learned a lot, and this just feels right. And every topic is well thought, and it just has a purpose. And it's all the topics, when you look at them, they're well chosen to build someone's character and integrity, just to improve them in a nutshell. And I feel every day that I'm here, I'm becoming more and more wiser. That's how I feel. And it sounds good to listen to other people like the president of the youth. He's just spoken, and it is just motivating to hear such testimonies, and also the COO. And I think all we can do is hang around and see where this takes us, because it feels like we are in this a good place. That's what I can say.
You made a statement that it feels like you're in a good place. Have you derived any great benefit from being here? Have there been any changes personally to your character or to your outlook? Have the class of Steele Youth added any value to you specifically?
I think so. I think so, even though I can't really, it's not something that you can show, but I feel I have improved a lot. And I've also realized that disappointment comes, and you can deal with it in a certain way. And also things like integrity, things like how to behave when you get to airports, and what to have in your personal, like when you're boarding the plane, what to take, stuff like that. I think um, um, that's what I've taken with me, and I think this has improved my knowledge of the world, and also just to know that just being here and seeing people from different African countries, because personally I've never left my country, and just sitting down here and seeing guys from Nigeria, Burundi, and seeing some that have left and they are now overseas, it's just inspiring on its own.
All right, thank you so very much. So you're deriving some of the value of being able to as you would say, because I think we can actually say it might be virtual, but physically network with others from other parts of Africa, and interacting with them has been great value to you.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you so very much for your submission. And what will you be speaking on at the youth conference, please? What is your subject for the youth conference? Unmute yourself, unmute yourself.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we're hearing you.
Yeah, is the value of strength when you're feeling weak.
Say that again, please.
The value of strength when you are feeling weak.
Nice subject. Very good. Are you handling it? Have you got it put together? Get in there.
Yes, I'm on it. I'm on it, and we also need to know when is the presentation. Is it in 2 weeks, a week, or
don't worry
or
about that. You
so
will
that
have
get through it.
ample time for when the submissions are. You will have meetings prior, so you'll be well equipped and knowledge on when it is.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, you're very welcome. I want to ask Pretty, are you available to chat? You're okay to chat, Pretty? Okay, Pretty, give us your take on what the class of Steele have meant for you. You've been with us all of our classes faithfully. You take notes, you are early on time all the time. And I want to equally appreciate you for that, that character that you've presented to the class of Steele youth, because youth are watching you. Every one of you in the class of Steele is being watched. How you dress, how you carry yourself, how you show up early or late, how you take notes or you don't take notes. And Pretty, we have been observing you, and I equally want to commend you and I wish you continued success in everything that you do and you are doing. But how have the class of Steele been for you personally in your development and this past year? What has it been like for you?
Good evening, Your Excellency. For me personally, like I told the Ambassador Doreen earlier, I saw love, so much love in this class of Steele. There is this sense of belonging you get when you enter the class of Steele. You're being recognized no matter who you are. And when I started the class of Steele, I was this very shy type. I can't even talk in the public, except teaching in the class, teaching little children. But speaking to adults like me, it was a very big deal for me. But when he spoke to me, he told me that before the end of the section, I'm going to be doing number 2. And I'm working towards that. Then my submission for the whole topic, what it has done to me positively. Initially, I used to maintain personal integrity. I go to work early, just like I come to class. I go to work early. I'm regular, and I take my teachings very serious. But there is one thing I used to do in the past. When I'm not going to be around, maybe I want to travel for something and I need to get permission from my boss, I'll be scared of going to take that permission. But I didn't know he was watching me all this while. And even when I started the class of Steele, I now applied all the things I got from the class. And so I apply for my leave anytime I want to travel, and I make sure I don't abscond from school unnecessarily. So it came to a point where every meeting we're having in the school, he would tell everybody that I don't abscond from school, that anytime I'm absent, that is for a genuine reason. And I became kind of so they use for example, and I'm so glad. And I've learned a lot of things, operating across the globe, knowing things before I say or give out information. And the most important part of it is also applying laughter and comedy in everything I do. I don't allow stress to weigh me down. Whenever I feel sad, I feel someone has disappointed me or things, I don't let that weigh me down. I look for things that make me happy. These are all the things I learned from the class of Steele, and I'm still learning. And then the character assassination, I've been this type that when I hear people talk bad about me or say things that I didn't do, I feel pissed. I get so angry. I want to get to those people, speak it out with them and all that. But having joined the class of Steele, and I learned one or two things. If you're not important, people don't talk about you. And, you didn't actually do those things, or maybe just out of envy, they want to talk bad against you or about you. So I just laugh. When I hear those things, I just laugh and I go my way. It doesn't remove anything from me. Yeah, so these are the things I've been enjoying from the class of Steele. The family I've gained, the friendship. Like now, if not this class of Steele, I wouldn't have met Agnes. I wouldn't have known her birthday was yesterday. So also sometimes like December, the last class we had in December, I was out for a family hangout, and His Excellency Olukoya actually called me up to remind me that this is not like you. You're not in the class of Steele today. And that was when I quickly remembered, oh, this today is class, and I quickly switched on. So I've found love, I've found strength, courage in everything I'm doing. So I appreciate you so much, Dr. Michael Steele. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Pretty. And you make me smile all the time in the class of Steele, because you're one of the person who always have your camera on with the team that are here. And I just want to appreciate you equally. I want to ask Agnes, happy birthday, Agnes. First thing we will say is happy birthday, Agnes. Everybody give her the class of Steele youth greeting. Happy birthday from Africa, Uganda, Sierra Leone, Botswana. Happy birthday to you, Agnes.
Thank you.
Agnes, how has the class of Steele been for you? How has it added value to your character or to you as a person? What has it been like for you, Agnes?
The class of Steele, I would say, has been a formative center for me. I have found models there, and role models like yourself, Dr. Dr. Comfort, the youth president. The way you speak and then you deliver your messages, it goes straight to the point, like you have just hit the nail on the head. When I first joined this class, I usually, when they send me requests and those things on WhatsApp, I don't join them. But this particular one, I don't even know how I found myself on the WhatsApp platform, and I saw the Steele. So I went Googling to find out what the Steele was. But I wasn't getting anything because of the E at the L. They were more giving me suggestions on the STEEL, but I wasn't getting the E. So I became I wanted to know what it was about. So I started. Now, the first two classes, I was okay. Second class, one day, somebody asked me a question, and then the way you answered the person, wow, I got scared. I think it was on what's the benefit from class of Steele, or what's there to get from the class of Steele. And I decided that, as for this one, I'm just going to be quiet. One day, I'm going to be behind and watching you, and just listening and watching. Then one day, you mentioned my name. I said, your man has mentioned my name, oh. Then I went. Then I went, Steve. I said, yeah. So I tried answering your questions, and then it was okay. Along the line, I realized, oh, you were really a mentor. You go straight to the point. When the person is wrong, the person is wrong. You don't embellish. You say it as it is. You don't embellish anything. So I got more interested. The class of Steele, actually is the first Zoom class I have joined. Yes, it's the first Zoom. I had Zoom on my phone. I would just go there, but I really have a class in there. But with the class of Steele, I got to know more about Zoom. So the class of Steele is more of an educative place for me. It has molded me to be more calm, not to take issues too much at heart, and have a positive attitude. Laugh at some of the issues that come around. And then it's more like a network. It has created a network for me where I've gotten to meet so many people from different countries without necessarily traveling there.
Mm-hmm.
So if I want to know something about another country, I just need to call someone. Like for instance, now myself and Pretty talk more on WhatsApp. Had it not been from class of Steele, I wouldn't have had this networking. And then it has made me more calm and more understanding. It has made me more outspoken and to be able to speak out and ask questions as and when it's necessary. But then the questions and then should also come out sensibly. Thank you.
Thank you so very much for your submission, Agnes. Agnes, I keep getting, I have a funny reminder, and I kind of see that video every now and then personally, when you were having challenges with your boss, and
Yes.
you dealt with it the other way, and I'm real proud of you. All of you who make decisions to act the other way is good, because it changes your character and it prepares you for the future. So you're doing very well. Sorry, Bangura, I see you're back. By the way, before Sorry Bangura, Agnes, what is your subject for the upcoming youth conference? What is your subject, please, Agnes?
And the reason why I hold back from giving you the piece of my His Excellency, I know this was intentional.
Everything I do is intentional. Trust me. Her Excellency Doreen will tell you everything I do is intentional. Thank you so very much. Are you getting prepared for it?
Yes, please. I am.
And it is flowing for you, preparing for it, correct?
Yes, please.
Definitely. I know you can handle it. Looking forward with excitement to hearing you present.
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Pretty, what is your subject, please? You didn't tell us your subject. Pretty, what is your subject for the conference?
My subject is the reason why I take notes.
Say that again, please.
The reason why I take notes.
Awesome. Thank you so very much. And you're kind of feeling it. Yes, it is gelling with you. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Great.
Looking forward to hearing your submission at the time as well. Sorry, Bangura, welcome back. I know you were having a bit of network challenges, but that's all right. I know you'd get it sorted. Go ahead, Sorry, Bangura. Share your thoughts with us as you were going forward.
Like you rightly said, yes, I had some network challenge, so I had to quickly move out to get some additional data. But I'm back anyway. So as I was saying, it has really been a blessing being here. It is no mistake. And this is the best thing that has ever happened to me. Now, I would just do a very quick one. So, first of all, I want to say thank you for the position which you gave me today. I know there was nobody who that position could have befitted more than me. Okay, so yeah, yes, I know what I'm saying because I'm always here, I'm always following up. So I think I'm the right person for that position. And not only that, I think I'm about to make a breakthrough. You made no mistake by appointing me, by giving me that position. Okay, yesterday I was called upon by an organization that deals with persons with disability. So they want to hire me to be rendering some psychosocial supports to the people who are differently able. Yeah, so I went there yesterday. They asked me a series of questions, and trust me, I actually gave them what they wanted. So next week, Saturday, we're supposed to meet. I am going to see all of them. I mean, the people who I will be working with directly. So I think this is going to be a major breakthrough, and this is going to be a huge stepping stone to to some of the things which I intend to give to persons living with disability. Yeah, there are actually a huge number of them. So this is a huge opportunity for me to disseminate all the knowledge I've gathered from the class of Steve. According to them, they are dealing with, I think, 3,000 persons with disability. So I think this is a huge, huge, huge breakthrough for me. And I'm actually ready for it. And I'm ready to disseminate all the knowledge I've gathered from the class of Steele. And it is going to be an opportunity for me to bring as many people as I could possibly bring. I know this is going to be very, very challenging because it is going to collide with the scheduled time for the class of Steve. But I am ready for it. I will see how best I can improvise to multitask. So the class of Steel had made this possible, to be honest. It's made me realize my purpose. And I thank you, Dr. Steele. Good things are beginning to happen in my life, all courtesy of you. I really do appreciate you and everybody else that has contributed immensely to make this happen. Um, I want to be a leading example, somebody whom persons with living, or let me say, the differently able people could look up to and say, oh, if we can go this far, trust me, I can also go this far. And I will proudly say to them, I was under the mentorship of Dr. Michael Steele. If you want to get more knowledge, you are welcome to the class of Steele. That is exactly what I'm going to tell them. Yes, so I am going to give them the same knowledge. I'm going to teach them about acceptance. I want them to accept themselves the way they are. And I want them not to feel inferior, because down here in this part of the world, even if you are not the kind of person that feels inferior, the actions of other people towards you will directly or indirectly force you to feel inferior. And I can tell you that a lot of people, especially here in the differently able community, there are a lot of people whom other people's actions towards them has actually taken toll over their lives. So I want to be that leading example. I want to be able to encourage them. I want to make them believe that they can do anything as long as their mind is set to it. I want to tell them that in every disability, there must be an ability. I want to be able to tell them that. I want to encourage them. I want to make them feel that, yes, they are also important. They are as important as anybody who is physically stable. But the most important was believe in themselves and they must accept themselves because that is very much key. Way back some years ago, I used to struggle with acceptance. I'm going to be very honest with you, sir. I used to struggle with that. The first time I went to college, the first day, I didn't want to go the next day. And I know you want to know the reason why. Because in a class of over 200 students, I was the only one who happened to be a differently able person. And I used to see myself as the odd one among them all, to be honest. Yeah, so I didn't want to continue. I just want to go home and then just feel like, no, I cannot do this. Everything is, I cannot. So, but I came back home and I said to myself, and I thought about it. I have seen people who have gone to that same university and then did very well, who are also people. I have seen a couple of them, they are doing very well. So I said to myself, no. And there are some of them whom I'm even physically stable more than them. So they serve as a motivation for me. So that gave me some amount of courage to push through. And I did. So I want to be that same person who others could look up to and say, if he can do this, if he can go this far, I can also go this far. Just like the way other people motivated me. Yeah. So it's rather unfortunate that you were not able to make it here in Sierra Leone. Because the vision that I have, that we have, because I have a team already. Yes, so we had series of meetings. It would have been really, really good if you had come to Sierra Leone. But nevertheless, we're still working on it. I know if you cannot make it now, there is always the next time. We have a very, very, very big and great plan for the differently able community, and we are working on it. So maybe later on, it depends to the time when you're going to come to Sugar Leone, or we can present that to you. I don't want to say it here because I do have my team member here. So I don't want to say it here now. But anytime we have the opportunity, we are going to present our vision to you. And I'm sure you're going to like this, trust me, because it is a big one. And I'm sure every member here in the class will still is definitely going to like it because it is going to change a lot and lot of lives. Trust me when I tell you this, it's going to change and it's actually going to make the differently able community relevant in the eyes of everybody. Trust me. All right, so let me stop here for now for the sake of time. And I want to say thank you to everybody who took their time to listen to me. So thank you, Dr. Steve.
I want to appreciate you, sorry, and I'll be very honest with you in a weird way. When you say that they're going to be taking you away from me, a little tear jerk come into my heart because I look forward to seeing you. But I want to be assuring you one thing. If I don't see you anytime because you're doing better in life, whenever I get the chance to see you, I will be the happiest man on the earth. Coming to the class of Steele is not what's going to make me happy alone. What's going to make me happy is that in the world, you are making your impact and nobody's stopping you. And I equally want you to know that these videos, I will never, ever cause these videos to be secret. These videos are going to be public, so you and others will always have access to going and looking back at them and reviewing and sharing. So don't even worry about that aspect. But I'm proud of you. As a matter of fact, class of Steve, come on, let's celebrate him for his breakthrough, because it's all about your attitude. Your attitude determines your latitude. And that's important,
Yeah.
your attitude. It's not about when you get what you want. It's about when you get what you need. And what you need is to get the right attitude so you could be successful. Well done, sorry. And those who are listening in from around the globe, I want to encourage you to reach out to any person in the class of Steele, they are highly recommended by myself, because these individuals here, I believe, have the answer to Africa's youth need for the next decade. So thank you so very much, Sori Bangura. The differently abled community are a very, very good, capable hands. Loma, unmute yourself and share where you are at and what's happening to you. Wait, before you do that, wait a minute. Sorry, what is your subject for the youth speeching, please? What's your subject?
Oh, sorry, I was even planning to ask you that before dropping off. I ran out of data last week, so I couldn't get my own topic. So I was about to ask you that, but I forgot, seriously.
Okay, so I'm going to ask Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr, could you give him a subject, please? Abu Bakr, could you please give him a subject for his speaking? What subject do you think suits Sori? Unmute yourself, unmute yourself.
Thank you very much. Dr. Steele, the subject that fits Sorry is how I can overcome my challenges as a disabled person or persons with disability. I think that one will fit enough. How I can overcome my challenges with disability.
I accept that. Class of Steele, do we accept it? All in favor, raise your hand and say aye. Let me see. Do it. Yes, I see hands. I see hands. Yes. So your subject, sorry, is how can I overcome my challenges as a member of the differently abled community? How can I overcome my challenges as a member of the differently abled community?
Okay, thank you very much. I get it.
Thank you so very much. Go ahead, Uloma, please go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Your Excellency, Dr. Michael Steele.
One second, Uloma, please unmute again. Unmute yourself. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Can you hear me now, sir?
Yes, we are hearing you well.
Okay. A very good evening to you, sir, Your Excellency, Dr. Michael Steele. Good evening to Her Excellency, First Lady, Jenny Steele. Good evening to Her Excellency, Ambassador Dorin, and our esteemed Excellency, Dr. Comfort. Also, good evening to Grandmaster, even though I don't think he's here right now. I also extend my greetings to His Excellency, Dr. Uba. Of recent, he hasn't been part of the class, but the impact he made is still something to reckon with. When the topic integrity was discussed, he gave an in-depth knowledge on that topic, integrity. What I would like to say is class of Steele has imparted so much to me. It's a vision that came timely at the appointed time. You know, from the last class where you said humanity is the greatest asset, I come to realize from every knowledge acquired from each class that indeed humanity is the greatest asset. First of all, knowing your worth as a person, you don't expect anyone to boost your profile. I think that class was handled by His Excellency. Sorry, I didn't recognize you, sir. Pardon me, sir. His Excellency Olukoya. I'm so sorry, sir. Please pardon me, sir. Yes, that topic did so much impact in my life. I am proud of who I am, my nationality, my culture, the mistakes I have made, and I own up to them, and I take responsibility for my actions to become a better person. I know there is nothing wrong in making mistakes. Living up to standards, whether you set by yourself or the community or nationality, you are bound to make fall beneath the standard or make mistakes. And it's definitely okay to fall and rise again. Class of Steel to me is a vehicle that is taking us on a journey, and that journey is modeling our character towards becoming globally relevant and becoming a better citizen of our different countries. I wrote a few things that I hold on to tenaciously. Before now, or prior to this time, in my little way, I am a leader. And with Class of Steel, I found out that there are so many missing pieces to being a leader. It's like, pardon me, I'm going to use a pot of soup as an example. I love to swallow, okay? So it's like making a pot of soup, a delicious uh, pot of soup with all the necessary ingredients present. And at the end, the result is just superb. Class of Steel takes us on a life journey. You know, I am proud of who I am, much more proud of the person I am becoming, okay? And I know that I have something to offer to the society, irrespective of my bank accounts. A rally was going on in a state where I reside, Delta State, in Nigeria. A particular political party is trying to um, get persons that represent them for the next for the elections coming up 2023. And when I saw the crowd, I asked, somebody was like, "You are also eligible. You can contest." And he went on to add with some clause. He said, "If you can afford it, if you have a crowd, if you know you have made that impact, you are very free at this stage, you know." But in Class of Steel, we are given a different orientation. It doesn't have to do with your pocket size. It has to do with the mindset. Having the right mindset is all it takes to bring a nation to right path. You know, society, violence everywhere. But there was a topic where we handled, what's it called? Having a mind to negotiate instead of opting for violence. Okay, there is a better way you can discuss and present your issue to the government or whoever that is in position of leadership, and you have a dialogue, which is far better than shedding blood. So, for me as a person, I believe that if we get um, we are less than 20 in number, and we get to duplicate what we have learned from here and transfer to each person. You duplicate yourself in another person. You pour out yourself in another person. We will have this number multiplied by 2. And if that 10 friends goes on, gradually we change the world from right where we are. If lots of youths can come to that point of realization where they know that dialogue is the way out, is the way forward, is the best way. So many atrocities that are happening won't be happening. Knowing that your mind on its own is a great weapon. When you speak, it tells the value you have on the inside. Prior to this time, let's say my value is on a scale of 10, maybe 2 or 3. But with the knowledge I have now, I know that you are bound to face challenges. It doesn't matter your position in life. It doesn't matter your background. It doesn't matter who is around you. You are bound to face challenges. And Class of Steel has given us that balance, that buffer, that whatever life throws at us, if it is a lemon, we'll make lemonade out of it. You make the best out of every situation. You don't allow your challenge to swallow you up. You rise up and shine. Your challenges becomes a stepping stone. As you conquer each level, you become more experienced, you are vast in skill, you move to the next and higher level, which automatically or unconsciously is projecting you out to the world. I am so proud of my brother Sori Banguri because I love the confidence, I love the boldness, I love the content that he has upstairs. He has so much to offer to society. And with the teachings that we have received from Class of Steel, no one can stop him. He's himself. Now you know that you are well able. You know I am up to the task. We are now like we're born ready for whatever that comes our way. We understand better the society we are living in, and we have what it takes to make it a better society, irrespective of the level we are operating from. If I have to make a post on Facebook, believe you me, you can be rest assured I'm going to post as a tool, as a weapon to air my view, knowing that thousands will read that post. So I'm not going to use it to project what is not valuable to say and be making proud in it. Class of Steel is gradually molding us to become far much better individuals who are born ready to take the world or to make the world a better place. I feel very challenged after each class. You know, every topic comes timely, like it handles whatever situation I am dealing with presently at that time. And with the knowledge, you know, prior to this time, I am someone, I don't talk much. I I am very reserved, but I know that being reserved has its good and it also has its disadvantages. When you don't speak where you are supposed to speak, then you are allowing evil to prevail. Knowing when to speak, being confident in that truth that you know, and maintaining your stand no matter the turbulence in quotes, you maintain your stand. Tomorrow, when they want to make reference of people who have integrity, whether they like it or not, your name will be mentioned. And before you know it, it becomes a trend. And gradually we make the world a better place. I am so thankful for this vision called Class of Steel. And to all that bettered this vision, may God bless you all. And I want to promise you that the things that we have learned or the things I have learned here, I hope I have your permission to teach it or pass it on to my team. I have a team of about 5,000 persons on my business name. Even though lately I've had some health challenges, but I have drafted a timetable where I'm going to take them to, because these things are like spices to make life not necessarily much easier, but make you pass through each stage, not feeling that you're going to be swallowed up in whatever challenge you're facing or you're passing through. I would have given up as a leader because of the health challenges I had in 2021 and this year. You know, it's just like devil had me on top of his list, but he came late because I am prepared. He came late. I'm so prepared. It is a phase and it's passing over. So I tell my people that irrespective of your emotions, your whatever that is happening around you, you don't let it affect your vision. You don't let it affect your goal. It is okay to fall, but it's much more better to fall, get up, and keep pushing because the big is in you. And of course, we got this. Thank you so very much, sir. All your excellencies, all the ambassadors in the house, and to my fellow students. Thank you so much. Each and every one of us have been made a positive impact in my life and to the people around me. Thank you so very much.
You're so very much welcome, Loma. Loma, what is your subject for the conference?
I was thrown out by my network, so I am yet to get a topic, sir.
You didn't get a topic. Your Excellency Doreen, did we put together a topic for her? Did you got that in your notes, Your Excellency Doreen? Your Excellency Doreen.
Your Excellency, Dr. Michael Steele.
Did we have a topic for Loma for the conference? I personally don't remember. We didn't have one, Pretty? Pretty, I see you shaking your hand. Go ahead, Pretty, go ahead. Go ahead, Pretty. Not hearing you. Go ahead, Pretty.
Okay. I think she should go with building a positive network of people.
Say that again, please.
Building a positive network of people.
Did you hear that, Iloma? Building a positive network of people. Iloma, your subject is building a positive network of people. Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Okay, we're going to get ready to close. We're going to get ready to close this evening session. Those who have not gotten a chance to speak, we will let you speak next week because you recognize that this class was about you. This class was hearing from you. It's not always about me being the speaker and teaching and us as a team, but we want the world to hear you. So next class, again, will be about you. And you guys will talk and tell the world what you're learning, what you're developing, what you want to accomplish, and where you're going. With that being said, I have a bit of good news and a big challenge for you. How many of you are ready for a huge challenge for 2022? Wave at me if you're ready for a challenge. A big, big, big challenge. So we've been, the class of Steele have been invited to Barbados in October. So in October, the 12th of October, we will be going to Barbados for 2 weeks for those who could do 2 weeks or 3 weeks. But on the 12th of October, we'll be going to Barbados. We will be in Barbados. And those of you who are interested to join us in Barbados on this challenge, you're going to have some fun. Now, here's something that I will share with all of you. And this is very interesting. When we first started this class, the first thing I told everybody is to get a passport because you're going to travel. That's the first thing. Second thing I told everybody is to get an understanding of travel and what it's like, etc. And then the other thing that I want to do is challenge you. I'm going to challenge you. Do not say you're not going. this is what I want to challenge you to do. Say you're going, you want to go, and prepare as though you're going. Listen carefully to what I'm saying. Put everything together that will cause you to be able to go to the trip. Now, if you are not able to go to that trip and you choose not to, at least you would have saved enough money for a trip. Are you hearing what I'm trying to share with you? You would get a dedication to save some money, to put together some funds for something. And when the time for that trip comes, if you think, nah, I don't want to put this amount of money on a trip, here's the thing. At least you have saved. At least you have put aside some money that at that time you could do something to better yourself. Wave at me if you got what I just said. And the reason why I'm asking you to do this is because a lot of individuals never even try, never try. And when the time comes for the trip, they don't have the money because they never tried to save it. But if you tried and you saved some, then by the time that trip comes, even if you decide you're not going or you don't have enough for the trip, you have something that you could say, I'm not going to this trip to Barbados, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to be in Barbados because I don't have a choice. I have been chosen to deal with it because it's an 8-year anniversary of something that I started in Barbados. So I have to be there. My wife and Josh will be there. But I want all of you in the class of Steele youth and an adult group who are able to make that trip to let it be a trip that we do together. Again, aim for it. Don't say, I can't afford this. I'm not doing this. Aim for it. How many of you are going to aim at it? Wave at me if you're going to aim at it. Even if it is put down something privately and save it. And you just say to somebody, I can't touch this because this is for a trip. And just save. Invest in potentially being able to go on that trip. So that even if you don't go on that trip, you have something that you are able to say, I have saved this amount of money. From this is now February to October, you have the chance to save and invest in yourself. Those of you who graduate, I'm going to be looking to see how we can help those who graduate with this trip, with accommodation on ground and everything. But your flight, you must do by yourself. You must do your own flight. Why must you do your own flight? Because you must show some level of ability to position yourself to better yourself for the future. Because I am not going to be here all the time to help you. I'm creating an environment where you learn some secrets on how to help yourself. Added to that, those of you who want to go on this trip, I am actually going to set up a secret class where I'm going to teach you how I have been able to travel to over 100 cities around the world all the time. I'm going to teach you how I have been able to do it. There's no charge for my teaching you. I'm not charging you anything. It's not a master class that I want your money. I want you to be able to do what I do, because what I do is not designed to be a secret. What I do is designed to be able to impart to you so that you could be successful in what you want to accomplish. So I will teach you some secrets. I call them my personal secrets to accomplishing traveling around the world all the time like I travel. I'll give you some keys. And once you apply those keys, I promise you, all of you will be in Barbados with me. However, don't tell others what you're doing. Show them what you accomplish. Are you with me? Don't tell others what you're doing. Show them, oh, I was in Barbados. And you will not be an embarrassment to yourself or anybody in how you accomplish being able to travel to Barbados. How many of you want to see the Caribbean island of Barbados? Wave at me. Just wave at me. Just wave. Consider yourself in Barbados in October. We will make it happen together. All right. Now I'm going to challenge you. Invite somebody to the Class of Steele group, the WhatsApp group. You only invite somebody that you know. Do not spam. Do not spam invite individuals. I want you to only invite somebody you know. If each of you bring 2 single persons or 1 person, it means that we are going to grow and have a bigger class. So invite somebody to the class next week. Ruth, I know that you came late, but I want to just give you a chance to greet us. And you're the final person before we close class this evening. What has the Class of Steele been like for you, Ruth? And you are in China as a student. Ruth, you're the final person to share with us this evening. Go ahead.
Thank you so much, Dr. Steele. Your Excellencies, good morning.
It's not morning for us.
Yeah, it's morning for us here. Yeah, good morning, Your Excellencies and all the ambassadors on the call. I'm sorry I joined late because as I speak with you, I'm down with some, I don't know, fever or something. So I'm joining from you on the hospital bed.
You're on the hospital. Wait, stop. You're on the hospital bed?
Yeah, yes,
all right,
sir.
okay, wait. Hold up. All right, Class of Steele, those of you who are Christians with me, come on, raise your hand with me and let's kind of say a prayer. Come on, we got this. We got this in prayer. Come on, wave your hands with me, please. Hallelujah. Father God, in the name of Jesus, God, we lift our sister Ruth to you in China right now, God. And Father, we're asking that you would send your healing hand in the name of Jesus Christ. We rebuke sickness and infirmity right now in Jesus' name. Father, even now, God, I'm asking you that you would visit her in that hospital room, oh God, as she's live here with us as a sign of her commitment to the Class of Steele youth, Lord, and you would touch her in an amazing way. Father, even as a result and an extension of Ruth's life, God, we lift those in China and those around the world who are experiencing sickness and difficulties right now, Father. We ask you to touch them, Lord, touch their loved ones. So God, touch them with your healing hand, because we know and we believe that you are a healer, and we know and we believe in the power of prayer. Collectively, oh God, we join with our Muslim brothers, our Buddhist brothers, our brothers and sisters from every faith that exists, oh God, even those that have no faith or no belief, Lord. We join, oh God, and say, God, you're going to allow health, oh God, to prevail over the nations. You are going to curb the cause, oh God, of death right now and speak life to individuals, Lord. Let Ruth be a testimony, Lord, of your healing. Let her know, God, she's not alone in this time, Lord, but she has our prayers, our love, and our support. In Jesus' name we pray with thanksgiving. Hallelujah.
Amen. Thank you so much.
Ruth, you're gonna be all right, girl. You're a fighter and a warrior, and you're gonna be fine. Say, I'm gonna be fine. Just say it. Let me hear you.
I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna be fine. I'm already fine.
And you're gonna take deep breaths, and the breaths are gonna go in, and they're gonna do what they're supposed to do. And you're not gonna have nobody scaremongering you with any foolishness. You got it?
Thank you. Yes.
That's
yes,
right. So I'm gonna please call me as soon as you get out of the hospital. I don't care what time it is, just call me First Lady Jeannie and let us know that you're okay, because we believe you're gonna be fine. All right?
Yes, sir.
Well
so
done.
I was slept. That's why I came in late. Yeah,
that's
when
all
I woke
right.
up.
So tell us what the Class of Steele has been like for you now.
Basically, I can't say much, but all I can say is the Class of Steele is really a grooming class that has groomed me from a certain raw state to a kind of refining stage right now because it has helped me to integrate into all kinds of cultures without any trouble, with ease. And one of the classes that I enjoyed so much, but I missed the notes, was the class that was taught by Dr. Olukoye. I'm sure I'm going to look for it on Facebook and then listen to it again. That class really sank well, and it has really brought me some sort of relief to deal really with my self-esteem. And I realized that formerly I was very shy and timid, but joining the class of Steele has really killed that kind of timidity in me, and it has helped me to relate with people well. Yeah, usually, formerly, I used to love to hang around my kind, but I realized that hanging around with different people is also it's also good. You learn a lot, and you are able to. I'm sorry, you are able to blend with them so well and accept who they are, even their food, their language. You might not understand, but it makes you appreciate who people are. So for now, I can't talk too much. Let me end it here. Maybe next week, God willing, I'll talk more on that. Thank you so much for the opportunity, Dr. Steele and Your Excellencies.
Thank you so very, very much, Ruth. And I'm actually glad, my heart is glad that I said that you would be the person to speak, because we want you to know that we are holding your arms up, and you have a family right here. Don't ever forget that. And all of you have a family. And definitely, Ruth, next Saturday, you'll be one of the first persons to speak in class next Saturday. So I look forward to seeing you early in class next Saturday.
Thank you.
All right. Everybody in the class of Steele Youth, I want to love and appreciate all of you. And I want all of you to love and appreciate each other and carry each other's burdens and tears and pain, not as a Christian, a Buddhist, a Muslim, as a human being. Look forward to looking out for each other and supporting each other. Africa needs you. Africa needs your mindset. Africa needs you to see past religion, see past political powers, see past tribe. Africa needs the next generation to make a difference based on some fundamental principles that I'm going to continue to talk about: integrity, respect, acknowledgement of each other's values, appreciating diversity, appreciating culture, appreciating that the same good things you want in life, others want in life. But beyond anything else, if it is good for you, it must be good for others. Share the good things that you have with others. Everything in life is not just about money. Money is important, but there are things in life that go beyond money and currency. And I hope that you in the class of Steele get to the place where money doesn't sway you, that you settle for bribes and the highest bidder. You sell yourself out. Your character is diminished by the highest person that is going to give you a bigger paycheck. Your moral fiber is based on greater things than that. And I hope that as your mentor, I've imparted something to you that will leave a great lasting impact. I love all of you dearly, and we look forward to seeing you in the next class on Saturday. Invite somebody. For those of you in the class of Steele, I want to appreciate our president, His Excellency Olusegun Olukoya. I love you dearly. And Doreen, I appreciate you. Bishop Comfort, all of you, I appreciate you, and I wish you God's blessings. Have a fantastic week and peace. I'll see you. Sorry, Bangura. God bless you, my friend. all of you in the class of Steele who you might not have showed up in the YouTube video because your videos were off, but that's all right. We know that you're here, and thank you so very much for being with us in the class this evening. Emanuela, I'll see you in Barbados. You guys can all mute yourself and say goodbye. I'll give you to just say goodbye to each other.
Thank you so much. Bless you all. Bye.
Good night. Good night, Pretty.
And
Good night,
the
Mama.
please.
Good night,
See you
Ruth.
all in Barbados.
Good night. Good night,
the
Emanuela.
conflict and my
Good
attitude
night, Your
that
Excellency, Architect
first
Olukoya. Good night, Bishop
never
Edward. Good night, Sir Michael
good
Steele.
night.
Good night, guys.
Good night, sir. Good night, family.
Ruth, just give us a call and make sure you're okay.